there's a point where cute reaches a critical level and becomes lethal to those watching. It's the dreaded Taoseru limit, where her innocent smiles cause heart palpitations and soon cardiac arrest. And today's show looks like it's encroaching on that threshold, with a sweet devil daughter dishing out distracting daws for the sake of moe. If there's a more noble cause, I've yet to hear it. I'm not sure if the fluffy feelings this one instills are ultimately worth what I'd dismiss as a mostly meandering, unfocused plot, but I will say at the very least, there's something to this show that I find fascinating. So let's dig into Uchi Musume no Tame naraba, ore wa Moshikashitara Maou mo Taoseru kamo Shirenai, or, and I swear the English title is only marginally better, if it's for my daughter I'd even defeat a demon lord. And I still damn near choked on that mouthful, so I'm settling on Uchi Musume. Is it good? I don't know, let's find out or whatever. So starting off, I already mentioned how fluffy this show is, so if you're thinking you'll get some high fantasy action, maybe a bit of swordplay and spells flying around, lower your expectations. Rather than the typical adventurer saving the world, the story focuses more on the personal interactions between its two main casts. Latina is a devil or demon, cast out by her clan with her father, and left to roam the woods alone when he passes away. She's found by Dale, a pretty badass adventurer, and he takes her in. What I like about this series is the ambiguity at the beginning on the devil race, which leads to a lot of world building. They're called devils, right? You would assume they're evil, but no. Most people, when they learn she's a devil, accept her pretty quickly because she's nice. It shows that people distrust them, but less because the race is evil, and more because they're secretive, magically gifted, and live way longer than humans. There's a lot of small details too, introduced throughout the story about the world's religion, destiny about those inhabiting it, and the magic system that I think makes it stand out. Such as there being different deities with sub-churches responsible for everything from banking, schooling, to even judicial proceedings. And they all branch out, forming a sort of backbone to the society, while not outright being the government, as there's still kings and lords coordinating the military and protecting the populace as a whole. Magic itself is spoken in the devil's native tongue, so that adds a language barrier to Dale and Latino when they first meet, because he knows some of her language from casting magic, but not enough to convey even basic concepts competently. And honestly, a show about a guy adopting a demon daughter and amounting to a cute child-rearing story didn't need that sort of backdrop. But I definitely respect the effort put in, as it makes the world feel alive. So I like the world building and setting for this show, but I've been downplaying the plot's significance to the experience here, because honestly, it doesn't matter. There's not much going on in it, and the events of the series show some modicum of growth in the characters, but none of it is really memorable or even has a lasting impact on them as people. Each point is just sort of a goalpost of, yes, they've gotten closer, or yes, Latina is learning to live with humans, but not much beyond that or even hinting at an overall storyline. If you're content to watch a high fantasy slice of life show about a single dad raising an adoptive daughter, that's basically what this is. And that's not bad by any stretch. But I feel, personally, like I could have gotten the same enjoyment out of watching an 80s sitcom because this one's about as easy to put down or pick up as that. That's the biggest thing from holding this show back from being good, really. It's just not that particularly memorable. What's gonna make people check this one out when it stops airing in, say, a year or two? I don't think much, as slice of life fans will probably be turned off by the fantasy at a glance, and fantasy fans will probably drop it from being bored as the title promises fighting an actual demon lord. But aside from that, the characters themselves are pretty one note. Dale's entire personality is summed up as doting over Latina, and Latina's entire character is being cute. There's not much of a conflict between them, as she's eternally grateful to Dale and is an absolute perfect child by being mature and helping out others. Dale has infinite patience with her, and she can do no wrong in his eyes. The people around them just sort of smile and support them too. There's just not much adversity in this show, so it feels very inconsequential. Which is why I say the plot doesn't matter much for your enjoyment, as long as you like cuteness. Animation. That's about as subtle of a transition as a bullet train taking a 90-degree turn at full speed. It's bad. Really bad. What few action scenes the show tries to have are just really poorly done, with quick cuts and a lot of implied actions. It's also pretty damn sluggish. People running or cutting something happens in essentially real time, versus what we're used to in anime with quick or blurred tweening to add weight and speed. That actually comes across a lot in the show, as most of the shots are static with bland shot composition. People are usually framed on either side of the screen or close-ups. There's just not much to gawk at with dynamic camera movements or interesting animation. It's very utilitarian in its presentation, as even characters moving barely move much. So yeah, poor animation quality with a barely moving storyline. Which leads me back to, is Uchi Musume good? Well, no. But that doesn't mean it's bad. You have to sort of know what you're going into. A series like this isn't meant to be a spectacle show with amazing fight scenes, or about a dude defeating a demon lord's army to save a little girl he's protecting. It's about a guy trying to find happiness in the mundanity of life outside his adventures. And that's not bad. It's just not particularly interesting or memorable. The show just sort of gets its job done in getting you to like a moe blob and root for the dad to protect her adorable little smile. And for that, it's just okay. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go hunker down in my bunker for not respecting the moe code. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and do all that other YouTube stuff because that really helps me out. Thanks for watching.